And we're recording. So, yeah, this is just going to be a really, really super uncut video about my goals for 2025. I know it's a bit delayed. I know it's like, it's the 20th of January right now. It's just a Monday. I've got a bit of time, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to record a video so I can get this over and done with, because I'm trying to record a video a week. And I just wanted to kind of explain my goals and what I want to achieve this year, to eventually look back on in January next year and see, okay, like, was I chatting shit? Like, did I even achieve any of the things that I'm speaking about here? And this is also just to not only inspire you guys, but also just keep myself accountable, because now that it's out there and I've got my goals in front of everyone's faces, I kind of have to deliver, at least in some regard. So I've got my some notes here on my laptop, but yeah. So the way that I structure my goals and the way that I review it every single day is through a vision. Maybe some of you guys watching this have the template already, but I've got a 10-minute vision template where I basically, in third person, speak my goals to myself, like I've already achieved them. For example, Jay Hyatt will reach X amount or Jay Hyatt is blah, 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 whatever. And that's the way I'm structuring them. And I've got 4 different pillars how I'm structuring my goals. And that's through wealth, health, relationships, and spirit. Spirit just means faith, happiness, kind of that inner fulfillment. And let's just get right into it. So let's start with wealth, the most exciting one, especially because of the content I'm doing on this channel. But $30K a month, monthly recurring revenue, that's kind of baseline. And that's what's really going to allow me to not only build my company, right, build Creator One as far as I really need to, but also have the freedom to travel and to document my journey, right? This year, I want to get a Sony FX3, a camera, to really be able to document my journey and my travels in the best quality and the best way possible. Right now, I'm recording all of my content on my iPhone 15 Pro. And don't get me wrong, this is extremely easy to film with, but obviously having a Sony FX3 or something along that line is going to be better. So $30K a month is kind of the goal. 10,000 YouTube subscribers. You're watching this on YouTube. I really want to get this to 10,000. That's kind of the baseline. And I've heard from many people that they say that it's easier for smaller creators to grow on YouTube simply because on the For You page, like on the recommended feed, they see videos that don't have many views from smaller creators. And I've noticed that myself over the past few months, that I'm growing way faster than I thought I would. Currently, at the time of this recording, I'm at 431 subscribers. And I really hope I watch this video in like a year's time and I'm like, damn, that was tiny. But yeah, that's the goal. 10,000 email subscribers. This will be pretty easy, to be honest. Currently I'm getting anywhere between 20 to 50 a day. But I'm kind of currently on the smaller side of email subs. And then 30,000 in savings. A lot of my income that I'm making currently is just going back into the business, back into mentorship, back into advertising, back into improving my product. But just having a little bit of savings is always good, and investments. Let's go into health. So 10% body fat or under. That's kind of a goal for a while, but I never really took it serious. And just being shredded, just really having that physique where you're like, damn, like this person is disciplined. And also kind of smaller goal underneath that is just doing a muscle up. I've never really been able to do that. Probably just because I haven't tried enough and I haven't had the correct height in bars around me, but that's it. Relationships, 50,000 Instagram followers. I wasn't sure if I should put 50K Instagram followers in my business, like wealth goals, or in my relationship goals, but I've realized that like it really is a tool to build social dynamics, right? That's kind of the main majority. Obviously, it's going to get me sales and is a big income driver for Creator One. But, being able to grow that personal brand side of things is also going to open up a lot of doors in terms of network, in terms of relationships. So, yeah. And then finally, spirit. Connect more with Jesus. Just want to depthen my faith. The reason I say, depthen with Jesus and not Christianity is because I subscribe to the teachings of Jesus and not necessarily the path of religion, which is kind of a business model in of itself. But yeah, just depthen my relationship with Jesus and be more grateful and be more like him. Move into a new apartment. That's kind of another one. And then finally, read more books. Last year, I was so focused on implementation, I didn't really read enough. And I think the reason is because I was really just focused on, getting the strategy, getting the tactics, getting the specific knowledge I need to improve my business. And in the meantime, I didn't really become, on a philosophical level, like a smarter individual. And that's why I'm just going to put some more effort into learning that spiritual side, into learning the philosophical side. And I've got a few books that I'm just reading currently. A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. It's really, really good. I haven't finished reading it, but obviously it's from the same author as The Power of Now, if you know about that. But yeah, it's just talking about ego, entitlement, society, the self, the mind, and just talks about like humanity, and it's very, very philosophical. As I said, like if you know Eckhart Tolle, you kind of know what I'm talking about here. But it's just path to health, happiness, a positive mindset, all of that, and it's really, really good. And this is what I'm focusing on a lot in 2025, is just developing that deep sense of self and just knowing yourself better. Because for me, like business strategy doesn't really do the same for me anymore. Like productivity, business strategy, like I already know the basics, and the basics is 99% what you need when it comes to those business strategy, productivity stuff. Of course, there's a few here and there that I'm interested in, but for the majority, mindset, philosophy, manifestation, spirituality, that's kind of what I'm into. Speaking of manifestation, Psycho-Cybernetics, this is a very scientific book, but also a very spiritual and manifestation book, right? It's about self-image, it's about goal setting, it's about if you put your goals out there, you're naturally going to find the way to get there. You're not going to know the how I'm going to get there, but just by setting those goals, you're going to figure it out as you go. And that's also why I'm putting this video out there, is because when you put your goals out there, naturally the pieces come together and you start to build this puzzle of how you're actually going to achieve it. And then this one I just got in today, so I don't really know anything about it. 3 Magic Words. I got inspired to read this by Tom Youngs because he's been talking about it quite a bit, if you know him. I'm super inspired by that guy as well. And it's really, really sick. Like just from reading the blurb, I can give you a little bit of insight here. Understand the true relationship between mind and matter. Free yourself from limiting beliefs. Program your thoughts for success. Tap the power of subconscious mind. Develop your innate intuitive abilities. So it's a little bit like Psycho-Cybernetics, but a bit more on the spiritual side. And yeah, really, really excited to breeze through that one. And yeah, so let me just go on a little bit of a rant here because I wanted to make this video a bit longer, but I just don't have. I went through the goals. I went through everything. But let me just do a little bit of reflection in the past. By the way, definitely recommend making these videos for yourself because it's just so good, because it forces you to reflect, which I don't do too often, especially when you're just in the midst of work. But the past year, like 2024, was amazing. Like I went to 5 countries. I met a bunch of cool people. I learned so much. I got so much clarity. And the biggest advice I would give to myself, if I'm, let's say I'm January 2024 and I know everything I do now, it would probably be to relieve the stress and to understand that the only way to true knowledge is through failure, right? There's a lot of people saying, if you learn from the mistakes of others, you're smarter than going through them yourself. But there's just this undeniable impact that failure has on you, that's extremely important. And it builds resilience and it makes you unshakable as an individual. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned. And it's also to understand that another thing that is overlooked so much these days is that humans tend to overcomplicate things. If we get the answer in black and white in front of us, we tend to be like, nah, that can't be real. Like, that can't be true. There has to be something more complex behind it. But when in reality, it just is that simple. We always tend to complicate things, whether that's in relationships, business, whatever, spirit, health. Like, the simple things, the simple timeless things is always going to stand true, and you'll never be wrong with it. And that's what I made a mistake with last year. I overcomplicated things. I tried to think there's all of these complex strategies that you need, when in reality, it was just right in front of my eyes the whole time. And yeah, so I'm super stoked to just serve all my clients this year and to create more content like this on YouTube and switch it up with the more business focused stuff and create more vlogs on the travels that I do and on the accomplishments I make. And yeah, I just really hope that you stay around for the journey, because I think this is going to be epic, and I want to make my product, I want to make my brand the most valuable thing to you. And I think I've got a unique angle, because most of the people that are making content like this, they already made it. They already made the money. They already have the results. They already have the brand. But, you know, for me, it's like I'm at the beginning of my journey. Like, I just really started, like, I seriously started my business journey in January 2023. And even then, like, I was lost. I was just learning. I was messing around. So this is really like 2025. It's like my second year in business. You know, like 2023, 2024, I guess like third year if you really want to do it, but like that. But it's been epic, and I really am grateful for like the decisions I've made, because you have to think about this. Like, in January 2023, I was technically still in university. You know, I really only officially dropped out in April of 2023, and I was still in fashion university. And the reason I dropped out is because I was looking at the current landscape of like the economy and of the way that the world is moving towards. And I was sitting in this class of someone explaining something to me that I could learn 10 times faster at home with my own learning pace. And I was just like so fed up. And I wasn't learning any skills that made me unique. I was learning sewing. I was learning some tax accounting stuff. I was learning, you know, quantity and fabrics and stuff in university, when in reality, I just wanted to create. I wanted to create my own fashion brand, right? That's why I went in there. I wanted to build a business, and I wasn't learning any skills that could really benefit me. And I failed in the past of building that fashion business because I didn't understand the concept of building a brand, like truly, like the concept of building a brand. And now from building a personal brand, I realize I can start whatever business I want off of myself, because people trust me. And from there, you can jumpstart anything. So that's why I'm so passionate about personal branding, is because if everyone has a personal brand, everyone can build a business. Everyone can bring more value into the world. There's tons of people that have amazing passions and can bring amazing value, but they just don't know how to distribute it. And that's where personal branding and social media comes in. So yeah, like after I dropped out, I went fully into this. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was doing random social media marketing jobs to just figure things out. And then I think in the middle of 2023, that's when I started posting on Instagram. I was posting on LinkedIn. I was posting on X or Twitter. And it was just kind of all over the place. I was just experimenting. And now, pretty much in the last 3-4 months, I exclusively been posting on Instagram, and now I'm at like almost 15,000 followers, and things just started to kind of go in the right way, and I'm just working with better and better clients, and it's just been an epic journey. So I really appreciate anyone that's been watching this far, because you mean a ton, and I just want to help you out as much as I can on these videos about building your personal brand, building your coaching business, and becoming a really valuable creator. So anyway, don't want to make this too long, but those are the goals for 2025. And yeah, let's just absolutely crush it. I'll give you guys updates along the way. And yeah, see ya.